What up, Gringo Gang, man? We in here with another one. And today we are going to do a different edition of our reaction video. Today we are going to react to Brandman Sean and his co-host Corey, which is my name as well. So shout out to all the Corys in the world. It's spelled a little different, but it's still gang. Shout out to all the Corys in the world. Yeah, man. Hey, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. This video right here is for all of the artists out there. We're gonna get a few tips on what we should do to blow up this year. So y'all let me know if y'all agree. I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel about what they're saying, and let's get into it, man.
Especially year to year. So in this video, we're gonna break down how do you blow up your music this year, but actually more specifically, we're gonna talk about how do you go global with your music this year. I'm Brandman Sean.
And I'm Corey.
And this is yet another episode.
See Corey over here bopping with me. I'm up here like this. He up there like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying? We in there, man.
No labels necessary. For reasons. Number one, it's easier to go global than ever. In many cases, it's cheaper to go global.
All right, so I don't know about the price points on going global right now, but I will definitely agree that it is way easier with all of the social media that we have. You go viral, you go global. So basically, it's way easier than it would be if you had to go stand outside of a record company and try to get a deal or try to run into the right person and stuff like that. So definitely easier nowadays. I agree with that.
And three, if you focus on the right platforms, you can go global and local at the same time. But when you focus so much, what do I mean by that? Oh, this person's Australian and they're in Australia. This person's in the Philippines. This person's in Russia or whatever, right? So there's a direct line to it. But this case study, I think, clearly shows why going global is important. And we're going to start with JID. And then we're going to get into all the other ways and strategies that you can focus on going global.
Now, if you don't know who JID is, he's the rapper with the surround sound song. He's signed to Dreamville and things like that. That's under J. Cole. And yeah, man, he definitely went global with the surround soundtrack. Had everybody taping their phones to the ceiling, going crazy. He definitely took off on that. So we on the right track.
Creating a viral trend, right? And doing something cool. But why did he choose surround sound? I guess he had heard it before. Ooh, that actually takes me back to something else, a side value in this conversation. And he did it. He actually did a little study, got the concept from a videographer or a photographer or somebody like that, right? And then applied it to the campaign, like with his own creativity. There was not the campaign, the song with his own creativity. Posted a really dope video. That video took off, right? He's in the Philippines, and I think...
Yeah, so we're definitely in the age of videos are like the most valuable piece of content you can have right now. Like a viral video will get your ass rich quickly in this game that we playing in 2024. So whether you shoot music videos, whether you're shooting performance videos with the mic drop, whether you're doing skits with your music playing, or you're making comedy videos with your music playing, or dance videos, if you can do it the right way and it's attractive, man, you'll blow up overnight in no time for sure.
He did it with like his classmates or something like that. But guess what? Not only did it take off in the Philippines, next thing you know, the people in America become aware of this trend, and then we translate this into American language, i.e. twerking, and then it takes off in our language.
Absolutely. You want to make your music blow up in America, make something the bitches can twerk to. It's over with. I promise you.
As well. Once you're in somebody's universe, you never know when they might do something that might benefit to you.
Yeah, and you never know who is a fan. You know, we talk about this all the time. You might have a video with 1,000 views and you don't know who contributed to that 1,000 views.
Yep.
Anything else that you want to add to that? Instagram, I went into the platform and typed in country and music style, like Filipino music or Korean music or German music or something. And then, you'll start finding these platforms that are posting these types of artists. German rap platforms, just like there are US rap platforms. They're
still relatively be cheap when you reach out to some of these agencies in Brazil and some of the other countries, relative to our dollar. I can't speak from every country and how they look at some of these countries, but I've had some situations I'm like, ooh, like, all right, this actually helps because it's hard to reach out to a lot of people.
All right, so when he speaks of the agencies that you can reach out to, I'm definitely not exactly sure who he's speaking of. You guys can inform me, you know what I'm saying, if you're more in tune to the business side of the game, and you can inform me what the agency is that he can reach out to. But I'm assuming he's referring to some type of management agency, some type of company that can spread your music a little bit further than what a DSP can. They probably not only can get your music in different stores, but these agencies probably can get you in different articles, different showcases, probably get you on different websites and things like that. So that's what I would assume this agency he speaks of would do, but he hasn't mentioned a particular name of who he might be referring to.
That I don't speak the language fluently with anyway. So the agency really perfectly packages that for me, and just the diaspora that exists potentially in your country of people from that other country. Right? So you don't have to just target the country directly. Sometimes you can, hit the diaspora that exists in your country in the paid market. So some of that stuff is already established from a PR standpoint, whether it's on social or blogs or something like that.
Yeah, it makes me think of when 6ix9ine started popping, right? A lot of people don't know that 6ix9ine got his start on a Russian platform.
Oh yeah, F them,
yep.
FCK them, yep.
Yeah, they were basically like international artists seem to be more aware, right? Like they tend to speak more globally.
It's typical American ignorance, man. We just know what's going on here.
Yeah. Like I just got done helping
whether that's the content.
Yeah, he made a good point there. Another point they were making in this video, they're saying for a global attention, it'll be best for us to study what's hot musically in other countries and things like that, and find people who promote that type of music and see if you can get promoted by them, or see if you can get introduced to some of these certain people so that your music can get in their world as well. So that was interesting.
And that you create personally and put on your own page, or advertising. I want to speak on another case study that kind of pulls a lot of this together, which was Russ. Right? He pulls the first half of it together. So when I first discovered him, it was just a bunch of videos. And I happened to...
Shout out Russ. If you don't know who Russ is, he's a now independent artist who's doing millions and millions of streams. And he used to be signed and things like that, but now he's just taking the independent rap game by storm. So he's a hip-hop artist. Kind of looks, he looks light-skinned, African American, or Middle Eastern. He looks like that, but I forget his actual race. But yeah, he real bumping dude. Go check him out.
Beat him. The only reason I actually checked him out because I met him at this show, and I thought he was dope. And I was doing a couple interviews at the time. It was like this random series I was trying out, just literally for fun. I wasn't even in the music industry. It was just for fun. No, not even close to it, bro. Yeah, it was just, I used to be doing stuff, bro. Like I was video editing and shit, it was a whole nother world. But So I just like, yeah, man, I thought you were dope. Would love to like do a little interview or something or whatever. And he was like, oh man, yeah, appreciate it. I'm about to go to Paris. And I was like, Paris? And again, he was just a random guy in the room. This was before he was Russ.
Marketing from like an extrinsic standpoint, and other than just, you possibly getting a 10 times return on investment in terms of your viewership, but it's literally the mentality around you, right? It's different in other markets. I've seen this with artist friends before. I've seen this with clients where as soon as they start getting their first couple of fans in another market, they be all over them. Yo, when you coming to Brazil, right? Like, how can we get you to Brazil?
Yeah, so basically, you never know who you can meet performing, just practicing by doing shows in different local places, and or different places you can go to do shows. You might run into somebody who wants to interview you, who wants to introduce you to a new crowd. And also, like he said, when Russ went to Paris, you also want to try to find a way to tap into a different country's ear so that people start wanting to bring you over across seas or to different countries, and they paying you off the jump because you just sound so refreshing to them. Like, you're a different sound that they don't have over there, and they think you're dope, and then they treat you like a rock star, and you can build up your numbers overseas to give you leverage to blow up here. So it's a lot of ways to do it.
Their perception of you is vastly different than the way the people in your home market might view you. And paid opportunity is going to be through people that don't live anywhere near you. You know what I'm saying? But then that goes back to the first point I made about the perception of you.
And I agree with that. It's definitely harder to get the support from the people who've always known you, and to have the it factor, the people who've always known you. They know too much about you. You got to kind of like go to different states, different cities, put people on game about who you are, and you'll spark their curiosity because they don't really know you like that. And you're something to be discovered. You're a new territory, so it's more exciting that way.
And yeah, you just said that real quickly, and I didn't want it to get brushed over because I think that's a very important reason for the why. And Russ's situation also ties into another point that we've been saying for years, and that's that blowing up internationally while making it seem like you're blowing up domestically is one of the biggest dark secrets of the music industry. It'd be really interesting.
That was dope. That was a dope little tidbit. So basically what he's saying is you may not be doing crazy numbers in your homeland in America or wherever you're from. You might not be doing crazy numbers there, but if you can get the attention of someone from overseas and they start digging your style and they spread the word where they at, you can almost, act up on your social media and your videos as if you popping where you at. And they so far away from you, they can't fact check it, so they think that you blowing up. So you can kind of use that to your advantage if you can find a way to get into their ear overseas. So that's a dope little tidbit of info
over here. But the international focus was the focus of it. And I think that, if you look at a lot of Russ's stuff, his early career was him, despite the things that we talked about, was bragging about how much he was, dominating the U.S. market with the music, right? So I think even for him, and I could be wrong, but I think that now he does want to highlight how much more global he is, and that people may even think.
Y'all that I really get to with Russ, right? He posts on YouTube, he's blowing up somewhere else. The only point I want to make, right, when it comes to artist-generated content, that means you post it yourself. Well, how can you make sure it's worldwide, right? It's not like you can target it like you can with ads or look for influencers in those countries and stuff like you can with influencers. Well, it's more about the platforms. When you are on YouTube or TikTok, those platforms more naturally go global.
Absolutely, which is why, I'm dropping these videos back to back for y'all on YouTube, because you have to understand how important spaces like SoundCloud, YouTube, TikTok are. Your free platforms that anybody can sign up on anyone can open up and immediately get involved, like Google, YouTube, SoundCloud, things where people don't really have to sign up for initially or whatever. That's the most global because it's anybody can access it, anybody can use it. So you're giving yourself the greatest chance of being discovered by who knows who, because those are platforms that people can use with any device, any situation, without any information. It's just easy. Just open up YouTube, search your name, open up Google, search what you're looking for, and there's no paywall or no password wall. There's nothing blocking people from enjoying the content like everybody else. So these platforms like this are super critical for you to get your content moving on
organically. TikTok especially, you have
international marketing, or not even think about, but to do is a lot of research, because there are cultural nuances that come into play, you know what I'm saying, like especially when you're scaling it. But and even just thinking about it, right, because to your point, TikTok and YouTube are two of the biggest platforms internationally. Why? Because they're two of the most accessible platforms, and that's to everybody, you know what I'm saying.
This, we have our worldwide ad strategy. The easy thing to do, right? You target worldwide, basically, or a set of countries. You don't have to literally just target worldwide, but you could even just select a few different countries and then see.
Yeah, if you're running ads and whatnot, he's breaking down that you should run, test ads, pick a couple of countries you think your content will gravitate to, and do an experiment, run the ads and see who shows you the most love, and then that way you can figure out how you want to move again in the future.
Which cities start to hit, and you use that to then figure out where you're going to double it down with ads.
Over indexing for me, so I'm gonna cut out all the other countries, scale my ads to only target Brazil, and maximize there. Let that get going, let it get hot. Maybe go pick up one or two other ad platforms and set them up to run to Brazil. Let them get hot. Then you go find your influencers, right? You start finding these people in these markets that can post your music, while also finding the pages that can post your music that speaks to this audience. And then at that point, you really just rinsing and repeating until you are, of course, able to make certain real world moves, like going to that market for a show.
Absolutely. So that's just a little free game to all the artists tuned into my channel. This hip hop channel, I gotta keep everybody up on game, up on what's going on. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Did you pick up some good tips? Do you have any extra tips that people might not be thinking about that you want to share to other up and coming artists? Y'all like, comment, leave it in the comment box. Let me know what you think, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as usual. And man, I'm gonna keep dropping on a regular basis. And until next time, I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy M, and I'm up out this bitch. Yes sir, ski.